Why is there a high rate of older singles? If you're not married, you're single.
Really? Are we in the 80s right now?
Because sex is much cheaper now.
When you're too independent, you forget how to be a woman.
I feel like a lot of men have big eyes. Men like to go for the ones that like bone straight.
They want to be alpha females and they still want to do my own is my own and your own is our own.
Why are we dating for more than a year?
They don't want to listen to their man.
As a woman that loves the good life and also works hard, I wouldn't want to do 50-50.
Somebody's blowing your eye somewhere and you're using makeup to cover it. What a man absolutely wants to know is, if shit hit the fan, is she gonna be there with me?
He who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord.
But we all know that they love the money, right?
Hey guys, it's your girl Nancy Olu and welcome to Sit with Nancy. Over the week, I asked a question that I feel like has been on most of our minds, low key, and a lot of us are currently experiencing. Why is there a high rate of older singles? And I got some fantastic answers that I feel like is mind-blowing. And today I'm going to be discussing that with a very special guest. Please welcome Dr. Engineer Fubara Abam. By the way, it's a PhD in electrical engineering, not a medical doctor. Okru?
They don't give me so much accolades, you know.
Hi,
But
darling.
Thank you very much, and you look very quintessential.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
So, you look like a very fine young man. Right. Why are you single? We have a high rate of older singles. Please just speak up and tell us, why are you single?
So, okay, I'm not single, by the way, but I'm also not married. So, just in case you're thinking,
Okay.
are you talking about married or single? What are you talking about? Like,
If you're not married, you're single.
really? Are we in the 80s right now?
I don't understand. Are you talking about being in a relationship?
Yeah, it's either you're in a relationship or you're single or you're married. You
Oh,
can't tell me because I'm not married means I'm single.
okay.
Yeah.
We have a lot of older singles that are not in a relationship.
Exactly. That's what we should be hitting the hammer on, right?
Okay, yes. Guys, I put up this question on our social media page and I got a lot of responses. I'm going to be reading them out and discussing with Dr. Abam. Okay? So let's head, like these are very mind-blowing questions. Why is there a high rate of older singles? Because sex is much cheaper now. And even the younger girls are selling off their virginity for phones and trips to the older guys who even can afford it. I, for one, as a single guy, this is from a single guy, who has attempted to have a serious relationship, don't have the time for the girls of today. Most of them literally want to have their cake and eat it. They literally want to have 2 or 3 male sexual partners while pretending that you are the only one and expect you to not know. And then on the other hand, some want you to be their side dude while they deceive their boyfriends. And to top it all off, majority of the humans of today don't have the upbringing or mannerisms to maintain a decent marriage.
Okay.
Sex
Yeah.
is not cheaper. Wow.
It's I understand where this dude is coming from. Believe me, I've been there.
Mhm.
And it hurts. It hurts real bad. But we have to say this is not just a one-sided thing. at all.
Thank you.
It's not one-sided. We have this cognitive reasoning right now to just want to be selfish as humans,
And so
as individuals. So, you know, it falls down to a particular set of points I'm going to still talk about. And this one falls under the financial point of view. So it means she just wants to be okay. She just wants to be comfortable. She feels like this particular person cannot do this thing for me to the point that I want it to go. You know, nowadays, social media is also causing a problem for young girls. You know, oh, there's an iPhone 13 and she wants to use it. Oh, there's an iPhone 14 and she wants to use it. Forgetting that this young guy is just trying to step up in the world. And
Yeah.
believe me, out there, things are really tough for guys. Nobody's going to come and give me a big hug and dash me like an iPhone 13. Like, oh my God, where's it going to come from? You get. So you have to
But
strive
you
for
wish
everything.
But you wish though.
Like, I wish, yeah.
Are you saying that the girls are being selfish? Is it selfishness, or they just want the good life? They just want to be comfortable.
Okay, okay, for a fact, I want the good life. I want to be comfortable. And you want the good life. You want to be comfortable.
Yeah.
So if I can't have it and we're in a relationship and you want it so bad and you go out to get it, that's you being selfish, because you only want the good life that you think I don't want, right? Think about it.
I mean, I know everybody wants the good life, right?
Exactly. So if we're in a relationship and I can't have that good life, yeah, and I'm trying to make myself get that good life, and you feel it's good or imperative for you to go out and meet one or two other guys to balance the equation, then there's a fault there. I can't be with such person.
So you're saying that because this person said sex is much cheaper, and that's why they're having multiple boyfriends, just so that they can provide for themselves. So you're saying that the ladies are not being content.
Like, who is? I mean, with life, normally, I told you from the start that humans in general, we have gotten this sense of trying to be selfish and greedy, and nobody's actually content. Money is something that you always want.
You know the funny thing, I can't really argue with you, because truth is it's actually happening.
It's happening.
So I can't even fight for my gender.
So
right. I get that. No, the popular saying that crayfish they make condition they make crayfish bend.
Yeah. So
understand?
this actually still falls under that money side I'm talking about. One of the reasons why men do not want to hear about the word marriage until they feel like they are absolutely ready to stand on their own.
You see that part?
Yeah.
I don't 100% agree.
Why?
I mean, there are people poorer who have way less that are still getting married. And it's just the mentality, it's a mind thing, thinking that you need all the money in the world before you can settle down. Because no matter how much money you have, you would still have more problems, more money, bigger problems. You just need to work with what you have.
Okay.
Really.
So I believe there's something called the threshold limit in everything you do, right? And there's a ratio on something you have to work with, statistics. Yes, these days, imagine I was like so poor, or I was down and I met a girl like you, yeah?
What do you mean a girl like me?
No, you're definitely, I don't want to hype you right now, because
you're
sitting with Nancy, right?
Feel free,
so I'm just saying, if I didn't have that sway or charisma to actually come towards you and say, hi, I really like you or something, the first thing you're going to ask is, what do you do?
Oh, please, it's not.
Where are you from? No, I'm saying you want to weigh me. You want to know if I'm your match. You want to know if I'm there yet. Yeah? So why can't you date a poor guy on the street and get married to him?
You know, there are actually hardworking girls. There are hardworking ladies. I get that, yes, you have the gold diggers who are looking to date guys who only have money. Personally, I think that is a scarcity mindset, because if you want to get married and the most you're looking for is money, that is the least, because there's a lot more to achieve. But there are hardworking ladies who don't mind growing with a man. But let me land. It's different when the lady is working hard and the man is also working. He has a vision. She can see that there's a light at the end of the tunnel, as opposed to when a guy is not even trying.
Okay.
It's a no-no.
Okay. Do you know why we have so much like breakups right now, like divorce, like all these things?
Why?
Yeah, I get it. Sometimes women want to project what they feel about a man. You get? They project like, oh, in 5 years' time, he's going to have a private jet. If in this time, I'm going to be in America. I'm going to, you have your projections and expectations. But sweetheart, this real life shit is so tough. Like, you can't just have that at the back of your head. You should be also thinking about the negative side. Like, what if it doesn't happen this way? Can I still be with this person? Do I still love this person? Can I still endure with this person? Some people do not have that time or that transient period of time to wait for you. Do you get?
Like
they just once it doesn't meet up with that timing.
You know what?
They put a pause on it.
I feel like we need to agree to disagree that yes, it happens, but it doesn't. It's not for everybody.
Yes, but it has a really high percentage of people that it happens to.
Oh,
I mean, look on social media. Someone is going to come and say, it's all about ratio and proportion. That's all it is with life.
I think I can get your point. You know, being a man, you want to be able to take care of your woman 100%.
Yeah.
Right. And you feel like if you're not ready yet, you wouldn't want to put her through a phase where
she's going to start nagging or start asking for shit that she can't get. Yeah. Because
okay.
that's what it is with
I,
women.
I think in a case where she's asking for things she knows that she can't provide, it's just her being unreasonable.
Yeah, but
Because
that's
your
what
woman
happens these
should be-
days. Because you go out, she goes out, and she sees her friend flashing these things, and she sees them talking about it, and she feels like, why can't I get it? I think my guy is doing okay enough, but he has another plan at the back of his head, right? Because what? He wants to buy a land, he wants to build homes, he wants to do stuff, but you want that nice hair. You want that nice perfume. You want to feel good. You want to show off that your guy is doing well. So there's a problem with the finances then, because he has to fit your need and also fit the need of trying to make you comfortable in the long run.
And a lot of times, I feel like a lot of men have big eyes. There are women who are ready to manage. I'm not saying that suffer. Suffer is different from managing.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
There are women who are content. There are women who are frugal.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
So they are ready to work with you. But a lot of times, men like to go for the ones that like bone straight. They like to go for the ones that are always demanding for iPhone 14 and iPhone 13.
Just like the way you like good things. You want to have 3 guys that are going to sponsor you from 3 different angles. That's how we also envision, or we also crave to have something beautiful. You know, you guys are specially and wonderfully made.
Oh, thank
There's
you.
no way we won't want something like this.
Okay.
But
so wait, are you justifying that men actually have big eyes?
Men,
for women that are
you
way
won't
above
say,
their
you won't say
standards.
big eyes or way above standards, but you're going to say they just want the best out of everything for them. The way they want to be rich is the same way they want a good woman and a good looking woman that is going to compliment them as well. You know, you don't have to wait for me to have all the money in this world before you actually see that there's something here. Do you get?
Mm-hmm.
So the moment it gets there, when I know I have a lot of money and I can get anybody I want, you may hardly find love.
Wow.
So there's more to talk about.
There's a lot.
There's more to talk about.
Okay.
I'm going to move to another point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me just talk about
I feel.
something they call woman king. You know this trend of woman king thing.
Are you talking about?
I'm not talking about the
Are you
movie.
talking about
though.
the movie?
No, but you know they're trying to bring that movie to light.
I feel like you have it in for women.
They're trying to bring that movie to light. This
Mhm.
woman king issue. Yeah. They're trying to bring it to light. Like you in a marriage with someone, or you're doing something with someone, or you're in a relationship with someone, and you want to act like you are the boss. You get.
Okay, so you know what?
It's also a problem.
I actually had this point in mind, and it's something called being an alpha female.
Okay.
Right. So I can actually get where you're coming from, and it usually comes from a point of a woman being independent.
When you're too independent, you forget how to be a woman. Mostly. I'm not saying everybody. Again, it falls to ratio and proportion. Yeah, because most people are like this. Not everyone, but you see, when a woman starts to make so much money, when she gets to be independent, it's hard for her to actually have a man that she's going to at least listen to or be submissive to a certain degree. I'm not saying you should be like, aloof with the whole thing and just let it go, you get, or be a total fiasco. No, you just have to get to a point where you can say no, you can say yes, you can say, babe, I don't like this, babe,
So
I like
what you're
this.
saying is that even like when you meet a woman who is completely independent, has so much money, you still want, it's hard for women to say, I'm going to listen to you.
Very hard, because she has a mind on her own, and she has the money,
She has
the
money.
means, she has everything. So why do I actually need your why?
You know,
I mean-
this part is just it's really hard
No,
because
let's give it a try. Let's say you have like £1 billion and I have like a £500 million, and you want to buy like a Bugatti, and I'm like, oh no, babe, I don't think that's good. Let's get a Toyota Camry. And you're like, what? No, I have the money. Don't worry, if you don't want to use your money, I'm going to buy it myself. You've already hit something on my head. Do you know that? You've made me feel like I can't even discuss with you on reasons like this, because I may have my personal reasons that I would want to share with you, in the sense that there's a lot of insecurity. I wouldn't want so much light on you, on us.
so much light.
Yeah, like the spotlight. Yeah, you drive a car like Bugatti on the way, you might attract these people.
What people?
Like, you not heard about unknown coming, you not heard about headsmen, you not heard about everybody, you not heard about kidnapping.
Okay, you actually mean like your
safety. But she might not understand where you're coming from as a man. She will just want to say, I want this car, I don't care, I can buy it, you don't have to buy it for me.
You know that in some cases,
Yeah,
right, I can understand that, yes, for her own personal safety,
mm-hmm.
you might not want her to have all these nice things. But for some other men, it could be their own complex issues. Them being insecure.
Aren't you going to still put that in consideration when you mean they have complex issues because they are women, are more powerful and are more, they have more money, they have more everything? You have to consider that as well. Like, oh, is my man going to feel down? Is he going to feel like I'm doing too much?
That's why I feel like when it comes to marriage, or you're in a relationship that you feel you can get married to this person, you should see yourself as one. No matter how much money this woman is making, you guys would discuss finances, right? And after discussing finances, you would agree that this is what we need. And when that car eventually comes, it is our car.
Okay.
Do you understand?
But that's not the concept you guys usually give, because you always like it is our own when it's the guy that is doing it, and when it's yours, it's like mine is mine and yours is
ours.
So I've heard that since I was a kid. I'm going to bring up another scenario where
you know what,
I had a conversation. Okay, you can go.
I actually because this point we just spoke about, someone actually said something on it.
Okay.
And I feel the need to strongly read it out. So someone said, I think a lot of men lately are various levels of irresponsible. Not all, but really a lot. So many men want ready-made women, or are comfortable with women who will share responsibilities with them significantly. These women mostly earn more most times, sometimes have more demanding work than the men. Yet when they get home, the men still expect them to take care of the kids, kitchen, on top of that, major aspects of the bills. And I think wokeness, as the young people call it, is another major factor. Ladies feel they are woke not to take shit from guys, while the guys also feel woke to ensure the women significantly contribute financially. Whoa, plenty things, Jerry. So it's a lot. It's a lot. But it's very likened to what we are talking about. And I feel like sharing responsibilities 50-50 could be like another segment on its own.
Yeah.
But this comment is...
It has to do with 50-50 kind of thing.
Yeah. So do you agree that there are some... Because she said, I think a lot of men lately are various levels of irresponsible. So the truth is, sometimes it's different. That before, I feel like we've moved past the stage where men will be like, I want a stay-home wife, a stay-home mom, and all that. And now they want a hard-working woman. They still expect this woman to go. Most men expect this woman to go to work, take care of the kids, take care of them as well, and still share these responsibilities 50-50.
So, we men, we have ego problems sometimes. Yeah.
A lot of ego
Yeah,
problems.
we have a lot of ego problems. That's one of our problems. But you can't take away the fact that a man is supposed to be the head at whatever it is. It's in the Bible, it's everywhere. I'm not even trying to go there, but it's just something that should come naturally. Because when it's time to protect, oh, they put us in front. When it's time to go to war, look at Ukraine, they put us in front. When it's time to do the hard labor, they put us in front. Why do they always put us in front? I want to stay at the back sometimes.
I mean, God created man first.
Oh, now you get it. You see, this is what I'm trying to say. Now you get where I'm going. They always put us in front in most of these things. It's not by our choice. We have to protect. We have to secure.
Okay,
so when it comes to finances, it's different. You know, with a woman that wants 50-50, I get it. You want me to put up a blind eye, and just be like, okay, because you're bringing 50-50, I don't have to be so manly. Do you get?
Okay, so wait. Let me ask you, put yourself in these shoes, right? First of all, I don't even think like men and women should agree to contribute 50-50.
That's your prerogative. You
like,
know?
Personally,
it's what
this
you
is
think.
my personal opinion.
Yeah.
I don't think, because you see all this feminist thing, nah, man, I don't think it should be like, because I feel like men have their responsibilities and women have their responsibilities. You can't say it's 50-50. Men can't carry children and women can't get themselves pregnant. So you can't say it should be 50-50. Personally, me, I want to be taken care of.
Oh, back to the taking care of issue. So this is why we have to make money, so we can take care of you guys. You want to be taken care of, right?
Okay.
And it's still ratio. It's still in a ratio form.
But
it's just you. Some people don't want to be taken care of. They want to work hard. They want to go out and they want to make money. But they don't want to listen to their man when he tries to be a man. So that's where the problem really comes from.
So you're saying that they have a lot of alpha females who don't listen.
We have a lot of alpha females who don't want to be 100% alpha females. They want to be alpha females and they still want to do my own is my own and your own is our own. Imagine a woman making 2 times her husband's salary and she's the alpha female. She's still going to act like my own is my own. And your own is our own. Like, come on. The guy will lose. He will feel so down.
Okay, but in this case, now let's say your woman is making more money than you.
Yeah.
Right? And you guys have kids.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of house chores.
Mm-hmm.
How would you manage the situation?
If she's making money and there's a lot of house chores and she's making more than me and then she has extra, we can get nannies, we can get maids, we can get people to help out at home. Why does she have to kill herself and do everything? But yet again, would she want to bring out of her money to get the nanny or she will still want you to do it as the man. You're going to have to be the one to pay these people, the gardener, the nanny, the driver, it's solely
I feel like when it comes to things like this, it's a relationship thing. I feel like you guys, you just need to discuss, agree, discuss. Like, you need to sit down with each other and discuss.
Oh, you think people don't sit down with each other before they actually decide to go marry? You think they just say, I want to get married, and they just went to get? They discussed, they talked. Communication. They believed in it so bad that they decided to take it to the altar. Do you believe in them more than them?
Wow.
You can't.
But then it's like, what now happened? So I feel like, so the difference is, at the time they were not always in each other's faces. Now they are married.
Look,
they are in each other's faces.
Let me tell you.
So they have it just hits a point.
Let me tell you,
they're
just some things that you can't change, you know? It has to do with development.
There's no handbook to this, if you ask me.
No.
There's no handbook, because as a woman that loves the good life and also works hard, I wouldn't want to do 50-50.
Okay.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to go in 50-50 when it comes to finances or even house chores, you know, the responsibilities. It might be different for other women, but there's a time to be an alpha female. You know, there are some women that, or some guys too, that they've probably been out of a relationship for so long. They are so set in their ways that when they are being alpha females or way alpha males, they don't even know they are doing it. Okay. Right? They've just been used to the same process, and they would struggle to change to be the submissive girlfriend you want or be the understanding boyfriend you want. But personally, I don't think being an alpha female pays when it comes to being in a relationship, because you just need to love your man and be loyal to your man and be submissive to your man. I feel like when he says stop it, It might not make sense to you, trust me. A lot of times it doesn't make sense to us because, like my pastor would say, women are more refined breeds than men. We process things faster. So it's like telling an iPhone 14 to be submissive to a Nokia touchlight. Okay, maybe Nokia touchlight is going too far. Or be submissive to an iPhone 8.
A Pentium 1 laptop. when you're on quad core or dual core.
Do you understand? So it's like, how do I agree with this person when you feel like you know better? But it's life. You just need to calm down, and they are possibly saving you from a bigger situation at the moment. I'm going to try to read another opinion. Someone said, because relationships now buying and selling these days, so people see benefits and think it's love. And when real life situations come, they realize they were never in love in the first place.
Most times, you have to know that the man doesn't just want a yes girl.
And the women too don't want a yes man.
Exactly. This is where you have to strike that understanding between the two phases.
For the men that are watching this, if you're dating a lady and you're always just saying yes to every single thing she says, like you're almost like a waste.
Same thing with a guy.
Because she can't discuss with you. A lot of times, she just wants your opinion on something. And she can't come to you because you would agree with whatever she agrees with. She wants difference of opinions. There are lots of relationships for benefits these days.
Yeah, it's
marriages
what
for benefits.
It's what it is. Like with a guy, you only judge a guy to know whether he truly loves a woman when he has money. And for a woman, you judge her by when the guy has nothing, right? So how do you balance this equation?
I beg, it's God that'll help us.
it's hard.
It's God that'll help us.
It's
okay.
hard.
So another one is some unhealthy attractions. When we act on our defenses, we tend to choose less than ideal relationship partners. We may establish an unsatisfying relationship by selecting a person who isn't emotionally available. Because this process is largely unconscious, we often blame our partner for the relationship's failed outcome. We tend to feel devastated or hurt by the repeated rejections without recognizing that we are actually seeking out this pattern. So first of all, this particular person likes English. This is your people.
No, what you talking about?
But what I understand from this is that I feel like a lot of us or a lot of people go for the broken ones because they feel, I can fix him, I can fix her. And then they end up getting their hearts broken and they end up being in the same toxic space that they were trying to leave because they are trying to fix this person. So it says the person being who isn't emotionally available. But then they're like, maybe if I have more sex with him or with her, he would love me better. He would now be emotionally available. Maybe if I cook more for him, he would now be emotionally available. Maybe if I run more errands for him or fake being nice around family and friends, he would now be emotionally available. But the truth is, people need to realize that you cannot change someone. It's a personal decision to be better as a human being. Yeah, so I feel like that's what I can take from this, some unhealthy attractions.
Yeah, but at the same time, you can't blame because some people put up a facade, yeah? They just put up something that is not real. They'll make you feel like it is what it is, and then when you fall for it, you've gotten into the trap, right? And then you try to, most of us in Nigeria, we live for the society. We don't live for ourselves.
True.
Yeah, so you leave a relationship right now and you break up with that person and go into another relationship that doesn't make sense. Maybe it might even be worse than the previous one. But you know what? Just because you left this other one and this one is not working again, you won't want people to think like you're the problem. You will try as much as possible to fix it and stay there and not want to come out of it again and feel like,
that's the most toxic.
And then people around you are saying, see, I'm looking, she don't come out again. Now she get the wahala. Meanwhile, somebody's blowing your eye somewhere and you're using makeup to cover it. I mean,
That's sad.
that's really sad.
That's
So
sad.
if you're in one of these toxic stuffs, you just need to get out of it ASAP, man.
Immediately.
Yeah, ASAP.
Immediately. There's no point. The moment you threaten to say if you do it's over. The moment you threaten to slap me as a lady, I know that one day you would actually slap me. And for me, it's over. Like, nah, it can't work out. There are so many women suffering.
And then there are so many things as well. You know, see, even this relationship, sex as a whole, is supposed to be a topic that should be incorporated in, it should be intrinsic in this our conversation right now.
I feel like I need to make you my co-host.
What are you talking about?
Guys, what do you think? He needs to be my co-host, right? Yeah.
I don't need that.
You have so many opinions on relationships.
No, I'm just saying I've been through a lot, you know, life hasn't been so straight, you know.
So that's why as a fine young man, you have a good job.
Oh, really?
You know, you have good education, you're well traveled.
Thank you.
But you're not married.
But I'm not married. I mean, it's sad, but yeah. Look at the percentage of people in abroad. Like, we always want to go abroad, right? America and Canada and all these places. They don't get married. You just have baby mamas, everything. Why?
And you know that
think about it.
Nigerians, we are falling seriously into that trap.
And
it's really bad because children need a stable home. This is like, it's a completely different topic for another day. But what a lot of children go through when they are from broken homes or single parents, they can never have the complete sense as someone who had both parents there. It can never be the same thing because there's something different your mother is supposed to teach you.
True.
There's something different your father is supposed to teach you. A lot of girls that are doing runs have daddy issues. They probably never had their father around.
That's still under racial probably. Some have everything and still
racial.
Want to.
That's the extremely wayward one.
They're not wayward. They need money.
Please.
They want to be taken care of. They want to enjoy. Are you kidding me? We're only here for a short period of time.
Content. Wait, how will you have everything and still maybe want to be sleeping around?
Oh man, I've seen. Even
exactly.
If
Even
if not much, I've still seen.
But that's the waywardness I'm talking about. I can't have. My parents can't have so much money. I can't have so much money, and then
what are you talking about? Have you met parents that have so much money that don't give their kids money? They are there. You see them. Their father is looking all good. He has G-Wagons. If you touch that kid, I'll break your head. They will give you. So what do? You pretend. You go out. You get it from outside. You source it out.
And because maybe your father, people know your father to be this wealthy guy. You have to now keep up with the expectations.
So sometimes you just look at things like,
sad.
Accept them for the way they are.
Okay, so I'll read this last point, and I think that's about it. Another important point is isolation and routine in the sense of that people tend to retreat further and further into their comfort zones. Modern women are more and more successful, accomplished, and self-sufficient, which are all extremely positive developments. Yet, as both men and women get more comfortable, be it financially or practically, it is also easier for them to form a bubble from which it is too difficult to emerge. It can feel harder to take risks or put themselves out there. After a long day's work, many of us feel more like putting on pajamas and crawling into bed than going out into the uncertainty and anxiety provoking world of meeting people. Most older singles tend to concentrate more on work and businesses, so there's no balance. Oh, that was a long read.
To be pragmatic here, in my office or where I work, there are a lot of beautiful single ladies.
Tell me about it.
They just come out and they're just almost all single, and I wonder why. But the truth is, they are looking for men. They are looking for people to come. They don't have the time
to go out
as much. During the weekends, they want to rest. They're trying to be men, right? You want to go to work. You want to do everything. So fine, you're going to lose some things along the line. You can't have everything.
Yeah.
Just Same thing applies, like the other comment you talked about in a relationship, a man and a woman. There's no balance. It's not equal.
It can never be equal.
It can never be equal.
Yeah, like these are two different genders.
So I'm not even talking about gender equality. I'm talking about love itself. There's no equality in love. One person always loves the other person more.
So there's always a reacher and a settler.
Yeah. So that's where it starts. That's the father of the whole thing. You have to know where you stand in your relationship.
So you know how
so
whether you can misbehave or not.
Exactly. So if you love the guy more and you see the way he treats you is not nice, and you're still in love with him, you're still falling deep, oh God, you're heading to oblivion. So thank you.
Yeah, but if you actually want to meet someone, like, you should take yourself out. Put yourself out there. No man is going to out of nowhere come and knock on your door. They don't know where you live. They don't read your mind, right? So I feel like as a single that wants to put themselves out there, you need to make that decision and go out and meet people.
And then one more thing is pressure.
Pressure, societal pressure, family
not just
pressure.
the individuals, me and you, relationship pressure. Some women just get into this relationship and they want to marry next week. Auntie, what's up now? Kilo share. I will speak my language.
Is kilo share?
No, I'm just saying I want to speak my own language. Kilo share is like Yoruba, the major.
Okay.
But I'm saying I'll speak my own language.
That's how
what is it? That's how angry I am. You can't just because you've been single for 3 years or 4 years or 5 years, and then you go out there after working for 5 years, and then you go out there and you meet this young guy. And then the next thing you're telling me is, what are we going to be? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 months?
But you should be able to meet somebody and know that, yes, I want to marry this person.
Impossible.
Fubara.
Impossible. You're going to meet somebody.
Abam.
No, you can't just meet someone and just know that you're going to marry. Do you even know the person?
So you're trying to say love at first sight does not exist?
Yes, it exists. But at the same time, I hear people saying love is not. And that's the truth.
Love is not enough.
It's not.
No, love is actually not enough.
You have to. That's why anybody that gets married and it doesn't work, I blame that person. I don't blame any other person. You did not observe.
Love is the least. It's not enough.
Yeah.
So you're saying guys, most especially, feel pressured after meeting a nice, spectacular lady.
No matter how beautiful
and
a woman is,
probably,
if you like the Beyonce, I will not meet a woman and just think about getting married to her in 3 months or 4 months or 5 months. Impossible.
Not like it doesn't happen. It happens.
There's always ratio and proportion again.
Ratio and proportion.
But it's really low on this one.
So what's your time frame?
Oh, these things doesn't work with time frame. Again, you have to understand the person.
Okay.
You have to know where he is. Okay. He has to know where you are. Okay. If you want to get something done, then you have to show him, like, look, this is where I am, this is what I want to do, and let him tell you if he's ready for that or not. But
people have plans for their lives.
Okay.
Right? You can't say, like me, I can't meet somebody and be like, yes, I like you, I want to be in a relationship, but we can date for 3 years and 5 years until we settle down. I know that in as much as I want to be with you, we should know that in a year's time, I can't even. Some people cannot even date over. Like, why are we dating for more than a year?
Okay, now I want to ask you.
A year is enough.
This question, just answer this simple question for me. If you have someone in your life that you've been dating for 5 years, and after 5 years you guys get married, and the relationship flourishes forever, that marriage, and you have someone that you just met in 6 months and is getting married to you in 1 year, and along the line, in like 5-10 years, you divorce and it doesn't work out well. Which one would you prefer?
It also works both ways, where you can date for 5 years and still have a bad marriage.
Exactly.
After you get married. And you can also date for a few months, get married, and still have a good marriage.
Yes, but
it's an individual thing.
You see, when I started this conversation, I started with ratio.
Oh my God.
Yes, that's what life is all about. That's what life is all about.
But what I'm trying to say is that each individual should have a time frame for their life.
A good percentage of people
you can
that rush into marriage fails. a good percentage.
It's not rushing into marriage.
Oh,
It's just
that's what you think.
it's not rushing into marriage. Like if I meet someone
If
now,
I meet you and you're 21 years old and I tell you I want to get married to you, what are you going to tell me in this our generation? No, I feel like I can be MD of somewhere someday. I want to work. I want to make money. I want to do stuff. If I meet the same person at
age
33,
could be a factor.
at 33 years, if I meet you at 33, you want to get married in 1 month. So try to understand what I'm trying to say.
I understand where you're coming from. I get that
Exactly.
age could be a factor.
It is a factor. It's not could.
But everybody still needs to have a trajectory for their life.
Mm-hmm.
No, you plan that, at 25, I'll be done with school at 21. At 25, I would like to have a job and get married. And life might not always go like that, but you know that at a particular point, you would like to be married with kids.
Yeah.
If you're dating someone that isn't showing that seriousness a year into the relationship, you might need to just start re-strategizing your life, especially as a lady. You need to pull back for a bit and be like,
I'm going to have to cut you. I'm going to have to cut you off here.
Why?
Because if you meet somebody, what do you classify as serious?
If I'm using my standards, you're God-fearing.
Okay.
You understand? You're God-fearing, you're earning a living, and you're just a kind person.
So because of all this,
and because of that, and we would have discussed at some point where you'd be like, you should have a short-term goal and a long-term goal. Okay. If you don't know where you want to be in 2 years or where you want to be in 5 to 10 years, you're the most confused person just walking around the face of this earth.
The truth is that your worth and the reality is not the same thing. I may want to be this person in 2 years, and you may be looking at me like, oh, he's going to get there in 2 years. What if I don't meet that target? What if I'm way below that? Does that mean I haven't reached what you want in life? I feel like
you're only discussing based on finances.
That's what it is. Because that's what women live for mostly.
It's not always about money, Dr. Abam. It's not always
there we go again. Money. You see, they will never agree, but we all know that they love the money, right? Well, that's just the truth, Women want to be taken care of most times.
Yes, women want to be taken care of, and women also work
This is why we go back to that money aspect.
Can we just agree to disagree?
No problem. But we go back to the money aspect. We want to make the money so we can take care of y'all. So that's why we wait.
So that's why you now want to date somebody possibly for 5 years, because you're waiting.
I'm not saying it's the best. I'm not saying it's the best, but
But even if the important thing is that you're working towards this goal, there's an obvious what's the word? There's an obvious direction, and someone can see it. If you were in 0.0, you're now in 0.5 or 10. There's a movement. A woman can understand that he's moving.
Yeah, but
he's trying.
In the light of that movement, the guy might not be ready for that particular point of getting married.
So what would you suggest?
If he's moving.
What would you suggest the lady would do? Are you going to say she should keep on waiting for this guy that feels like he might never be ready? Or if she has someone else that she wants to move on to?
What do you mean have someone else when you're in a relationship?
Women always have men chasing
exactly. So this is back to our conversation where you're like, she has 3 guys and 4 guys.
Ratio and proportion. Yeah, I'm just saying that. I'm just saying.
You have someone else.
I'm just saying that. Women always have 5 guys on a queue chasing them.
Man.
It's true.
This is defeating the purpose of this conversation.
But I'm just telling you to understand that she has someone she
loves. Has options.
Yes, and men also have options.
This is another problem we have.
Options.
Yes. Because you want to have all your eggs in the basket and the guy can see it. He can see that you have all the eggs in your basket.
Dr. Abam.
And then you want him to still go on with it.
I don't think.
Make him priority. Make him number one. Make him feel safe.
But it doesn't mean that there aren't flies around her or people around her. Then if the
bros, go make your money, boo-boo. Make your money, bro.
But if the guy, it's not about money. Haven't you heard of the Bible passage that he who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord?
Mm-hmm.
Men love your wife like Christ loved the church. You find your wife, and the society. I know that society actually plays a role to this. You see that some people give houses to married couples. Mm-hmm. Some companies give jobs to a married man because they feel like you're responsible. The universe, for some reason, favors you as a married man. And you even get more favored when you treat your wife well. because then she has brighter ideas. She wants to see you grow as a king. So she works towards fulfilling your purpose in life. But
And peradventure, you don't get to get there.
why? You need to stay positive.
Oh man, you need to also
You
think
might
about
not get, you might not be where you want to be.
This is the problem. This is the problem
you are not
with
where you
females
used to
and
be.
males. Like, you only think about the positivity. I get it. It's nice to think about positive.
They are
but
also
you see-
being realistic.
But you see, males, we think about the positive and the negative. We don't just think positive because shit can get bad real quick. What a man absolutely wants to know is, if shit hit the fan, is she gonna be there with me?
For
or not?
most women, yes, they would. For most women.
Excuse me.
Drink water. Don't choke.
For most women.
For most women, they would be there with you when shit hits the fan.
Oh, you don't know what you're talking about.
I know exactly what I'm talking about. I've seen women struggle with men and then they come out victorious.
Okay.
Yes.
You see, I'm not going to argue with you.
Thank
It's
you.
fine. You win. She wins.
I mean, we agree to disagree.
She wins.
I don't like the way you're saying I win. It's as if it's not the truth, but you don't just want to argue anymore.
No, but it's fine. It's fine.
Okay, so anyway, moving on. I feel like we had a lot of arguments, right? We had tons of arguments, but we've come to the end of this segment on why do we have a high rate of older singles. And my very opinionated guest, Dr. Abam.
Why did you make me say that way?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I strongly needed a male's perspective on this.
You know,
Because, we had to understand why the females are single.
this male
why
and
the
female
male-
thing is just forever. It's never going to end.
There's no handbook, it's never going to end. But it was
Yeah.
good to air your
My
opinions,
opinion,
and we get to see where a lot of guys are coming from. I think like what I heard was money, we need money. Money,
Yeah.
money.
That's number one, yo.
God
Gotta
is
make
number
it.
one.
We got to make the money.
God is number one.
Yeah, God is number one.
The
but
money is
number two.
family is number two.
Oh, money pass family. But we need to make that money to take care of the family. That's what I'm saying.
You just say money pass family.
No. But we need to make your
Wow,
family
Dr.
comfortable.
Abba.
I'm just giving you the raw truth, though. Yeah, that's mostly what men think about. Yeah.
All right. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you for sitting with Nancy. And please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and please come back for more juicy episodes on relationships, faith, travel, lifestyle. Thank you so much, and have an amazing time in your life. If you're single, God will help you. If you're married, keep it up and keep doing you, and just keep loving your spouse. And for the ladies, please just be submissive. And for the guys, please don't be too authoritative. Just she's like an egg. Just pet her, right? Okay. All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I feel like we should handshake on this.
Am
Am I your guys?
My
I don't
guys
understand.
now.
Handshake.
You're my guys. What's up?
I'm your guy, Abby.
Thank you.
All right. Bye, guys.